Hello Pokemon fans, trainers, welcome to the Pokemon Privateers. This is your Captain Andrew speaking. Today we were doing deck profiles for my battle with the Quartermaster tomorrow. And this is my deck that I'll be using. I've never really tested it out, but I really wanted to give it a shot, see if it would do anything. So let's just get right into it. Let's separate everything. There we go. Alright, so first off, I'm running 3 Sad Rockruffs. The reason why I'm running Sad Rockruff is because of its HP of 70. So not a whole lot of Pokemon attacks that go right off the bat can knock it out right away. And I'm not really using it necessarily for its whole attack purposes at all. Probably won't be attacking with it at all, but it is there if need for 50. Flip a coin. If tails, this attack does nothing, but it's there if I have to have it. But he's not going to be there for very long because I'm also running 3 Lycanroc GX Midnight form. This is mainly for the Bloodthirsty Eyes ability. It's pretty much a free Guzma, free switch out when I need it, and Claw Slash alone, it's not a bad attack. The 110, it's not exactly a bad hitter. The camera, I'd like to focus on that, maybe not, but anyways, it's 1 fighting and a double colorless for 110 damage right off the bat. And then his Dangerous Rogue, that's 50 times. This attack does 50 damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So if your opponent had an entire bench of 5, that's 250 damage straight to the active. So not a whole lot's going to withstand against that. So he's definitely our main hitter. I also have 2 Alola Vulpixes, both of them with the ability Beacon. This is the altered art one, if you guys haven't seen it. But they both use Beacon to just get to my Pokemon, get my field out there, and I'll show you why I want Pokemon out there a lot quicker than normal. But they're not going to be around very much either because I'm running 2, if you can see that, I'm trying to adjust my light here. Try to adjust it. Didn't really do much. Okay. I'm running 2 Ninetale Fairy forms. Alola Ninetale's GX Fairy. It's got 200 HP, and its ability, Mysterious Guidance, is the reason why I want this in the deck. It's because when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 2 cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand. Then shuffle your deck afterwards. Well, I use that for any item card, like if I want to put a Choice Band on Lycanroc, or Bodybuilding Dumbbell on Lycanroc, or even B-String, and you're probably wondering why B-String. It's because I run 2 Buzzwole GXs and 3 regular Buzzwoles. Now, the GX, I like it because it's basic, it's Ultra Beast. I can get out with Alola Ninetales here. I can get B-String and power this thing up almost immediately. And he's got 160 for Knuckle Impact, but you can't attack next turn. And then you got Jet Punch. This attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Do not apply weakness or resistance. And then Absorption, 40 times. This attack does 40 damage for each of the remaining prize cards, or for the remaining of your prize cards. So if we're really behind and I need something that's gonna knock out some Pokemon to get it going, that's what I'm gonna use that for. Let's see if I can just move this lighting. Let's see if that helps. Cause that's just glaring on there like crazy. Okay, so maybe you guys can see it better now. But yeah, so I got 2 GXs and then 3 non-GXs. Now this one, it's because once again it is a basic and it's got a base defense of 130 Sledgehammer. If your opponent has exactly 4 prize cards remaining, this attack does 90 more damage. So right there, that's 120 damage for the 30 plus 90 if everything's set up and he used something like Beast Ring or Beast Ring. That definitely sets it up. And then I have the Deontay Prism here to power all those up, and then I have Ditto in case I can't find a Alola Vulpix and I need that Alola Ninetales, or vice versa with Rockruff and Lycanroc. And then I always usually carry 1 Oranguru in almost every deck because of the Instructability. I actually won a battle with just this guy pretty much using Psychic. It's not bad either. For 3 colorless, this attack does 20 more damage times the amount of energy attached to your opponent's active. So 60 plus whatever your opponent has. If your opponent needs a lot of energy on it, then you're sitting real pretty with that attack. Alrighty, well, that was the Pokemon that I use in this deck. And we'll get right into all the supporters and items. Starting off with the supporters, I run 4 Cynthias, sorry. I run 4 Cynthias because sometimes I'm just going to need to get that draw. You know, shuffle your hand into your deck, draw 6 cards. You all know what Cynthia does. And then I also run 2 Tate and Lisas. Yes, this is my full art Tate and Lisa. I love it. I'm never going to get rid of it. It's one of my favorites. But the reason why I run 2 of those is because also its other ability. If I don't have any Cynthias, then normally I'm going to go get a new hand. But if I need to switch out my Pokemon because something on the bench is powered up and my main is hurting, just switch it out. Tate and Lisa takes care of that. And then I run 1 Sightseer just for drawing purposes as well. Run 2 Guzmas to switch out my Pokemon and my opponents if I don't like what's going on there. And I run 2 Acerolas just to heal my Pokemon, bring them back to my hand. That way my opponent doesn't get a prize card. And I run, that's it for the supporters. For the items, I run 4 Ultra Balls just to make sure that I can definitely get my Pokemon no matter what. So I run 4 Ultra Balls to make sure I can get my energy to my Ultra Beast no problem. I run 3 Beast Rings, so even if I don't have the Ultra Beast, I have a Beast Ring on standby and ready. The reason why I run 3 so I can draw it easier, honestly. And having 5 Beasts, Ultra Beasts in this deck, 3 of them isn't the worst thing in the world. Run 2 Choice Bands to power them up. Whether it's Lycanroc, Alola Ninetales, or Buzzwole. Like I said, I'm not going to really use Alola Ninetales for its attack, but I do have something in here later on that I'm going to show you that will explain how I can attack with it. Now, bodybuilding dumbbells, that's for strictly Alola Ninetales to keep him healthy, and Lycanroc in case I need it, because he's the one that I'm going to be focusing on the most to inflict damage to actives. If I can't, then I got Buzzwole and I'll probably just be knuckle impacting everything in sight so I can just get it knocked down in health and get it going after that. I want to run one energy recycler because I'm going to need a lot of energies with this, and I'm going to need to shuffle them back. That shuffles 5 energies back into my deck from my discard pile. I run one rescue stretcher. I figure most of my battles aren't going to be that long. A rescue stretcher is going to get back a Buzzwole or get back an evolution that I might need that I have a basic on the bench for, or even the active, just so I can evolve and get it going. I run 2 acro bikes just so I can possibly get the energy going, or even a supporter. And then 2 field blowers to make sure my opponent can't power up with tool cards or stadiums or anything like that that a field blower can take out, because I just don't want to have to deal with all that. I want to be the only one out there with all that extra added touch. So that's all the items. Now, I run 11 fighting energies for this deck, and I run 1 beast energy, obviously to power up my ultra beasts if I don't have a fighting energy, and for the Alola Ninetales ability or attack, I use unit energy. Now, if my Alola Ninetales are already knocked out and I'm not going to be able to use it, then this unit energy is also fighting, so I can just use the fighting aspect if I need to. So it's not that going to be that big of a deal in that it won't hurt me too bad in any type of battle. But anyways, that's my rock and Lycanroc and Ultra Beasts, Alola Ninetales. A little unorthodox, I know, but like I said, I've never tested it out. But we're going to find out tomorrow. So that was that, the captain's deck. Here is the Quartermasters. I helped him build this yesterday, so it's alright that I already know the cards. But he's actually been trying to get this deck going for a while. And honestly, he's just been trying to find a way so he can take on the apes and get a badge. I don't know if it's actually going to happen this go around or not, but we'll see. But without further ado, I got these all mixed up. Alrighty. Here we go. Alright. For the Quartermaster's Pokemon, he runs 4 Alola Ninetales, just like me. Only I run 2. But he runs the beacon as well, so he can get out his Pokemon just as quickly and just as fast. And he has the Alola Ninetales Luminous Barrier, the water one. This is not a GX. But the Luminous Barrier makes it so any of the GXs or EXs, we're not using EXs in the battle, but any of my GXs can't hurt this thing. It literally just cannot attack it. Prevent all effects of attacks, including damage, done to this Pokemon from your opponent's Pokemon GX or EX. This thing is super powerful and insanely able to just stall out your opponent. They don't even have a chance. You're going to have to go it with that and try and figure out a way around it. Now, we do run 2 Alola Ninetale GX in this deck, mainly for Ice Blade and Ice Path. Ice Blade, this attack does 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Do not apply a resistance for bench Pokemon. So, once again, Quartermaster can just start chipping away at my bench. Just one of those attacks will knock out my Ditto, you know, because he's only got 40 HP. So automatically that could be a prize card if Quartermaster decides to hit me like that. And then Ice Path move all damage counters from this Pokemon to one of my opponent's active. So if I'm battling with it against this thing and he hasn't used his GX move yet, I gotta make sure I can knock it out in one hit, or else this thing's gonna come back and bite me in the butt. But anyways, that is it for the Ninetales and Vulpix aspect. He also runs a type Null and a Silvally GX. It's one of my favorite Pokemon. It's Silvally and type Null. He's doing this because we've understood with water decks, for some reason, we can't ramp up energy very well. So it's just a slow energy ramping. So we have Silvally GX for his Turbo Drive. Turbo Drive is 3 colorless and does 120 damage. Attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. So he can start powering up his Alola Vulpixes or Ninetales or GX Ninetales, it doesn't matter. And if that energy is in the if it energy is in the discard pile, you can just go straight back to it. And then he has a whole bunch of other supports. He's got Tapu Koko basic for Flying Flip, does 20 damage to all the Pokemon out there. He's got Articuno. Articuno is in case one of his Pokemon is in trouble. Let's say I heavily damaged something, but he can't bring it back, but he has that in his hand. He can send that out. He can send Articuno out there with his ability of Legendary Ascent. He can send that out there. That grabs all the energies that's attached to his water Pokemon, puts it on Articuno already, so now he can attack, and he's now the active. So right then and there, that's 130 with Ice Wing, if you have enough energy on that to do that. He's got a Suicune GX for his Phantom Wind. Once during your turn before your attack, if this Pokemon is your bench, you may shuffle all cards attached to it into your deck. Now if this thing has damage and it's on your bench,